I'm Arjun. In this session we will see how to solve problem on beams for FEA lab. There is a given problem for a beam loaded as shown in figure. Determine deflection, SFD, BMD and bending stress. Take X modulus as 200 GPa and the Poisson's ratio is 0.3, and we have a simply supported beam with a UVL and uniformly varying load is 4 kN per meter, and length of the beam is 2000 mm, cross section is 50 mm into 50 mm. Start. Okay, now we will see how to solve this problem in ANSYS. So preferences, I'll select structural analysis, click on OK, then go to preprocessor, element type, add, we have to select beam element for our analysis. So I have selected beam element. Okay, now that will be displayed here. Close this, then go to material properties, material models, structural, linear, elastic, isotropic, enter the Young's modulus. So Young's modulus is 200 e power 3 and Poisson's ratio is 0.3. Okay, now that will be displayed here, that material properties will be noted, and you can go to sections, beam section, common section. You can select the cross section given. So for our case the cross section given is square, so I'll select that square cross section and enter the dimensions here. So 50 by 50, click on OK. Then you can go to modeling, create. So I'll create this beam using key points. I'll go to key points, inactive coordinate system, enter key point 1, and coordinates for key point 1 is 0, 0. This is x coordinate and this is y coordinate. So click on apply. So key point 1 will be created somewhere here, and which will be taken as a reference. And now select key point 2, and total length of the beam is span is 2000 mm. So I'll enter 2000, x, y will be 0. Click on OK. So now key point 2 will be created at a distance of 2000 mm. So once you create a key point, we need to create a line. So I'll go to lines, straight line, select key point 1 and key point 2, click on OK. Now the line will be created. So once you create the line, you need to mesh the line. That means to say we need to discretize the line. So I'll go to meshing, select mesh tool. So since we have created a line, we need to set the lines for meshing or for discretizing. So I'll select set line, I'll select this line, apply. So when you are solving problem on beams and particularly uniformly varying load, so try to give the number of divisions as less numbers as possible, because we need to vary the load for each and every division, so that you will understand later. So I have given only 10 divisions. That means 2000 mm length has been divided into only 10 parts, 10 subdivisions. So 10 number of divisions, I'll give it as 10. Click on OK. You can see here, now it is not totally meshed. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 divisions. It has to be totally meshed now. Again click on mesh tool, select mesh, you can select pick all. So now that when that command M disappears, it means to say that it is totally meshed now. Okay, it has been meshed into 10 parts and it has been already glued automatically. And you can go to loads after meshing. So you can define loads, apply, structural, because we are doing structural analysis, you need to apply constraints first. So displacements, since we have created key points, on key points, constraints on key points. So since it is a simply supported beam, we need to constrain key point 1 as well as key point 2. So I'll select key point 1 and key point 2 simultaneously at the same time, and click on apply. So since it is a simply supported beam, its displacements will be fixed in x direction and y direction for both the key points. So I'll select ux, uy, displacement x direction and displacement in y direction. So you can observe this, both the key points are constrained. Okay, then we need to apply load. This is very important in UVL problems related to UVLs. So we need to apply pressure because it is a uniformly varying load. So pressure on beams. So now we can see the total load is 4 kilonewton per meter. Okay, UVL of 4 kilonewton per meter, and at this point the load is 0. And when it comes to this end, this key point, node key point 2, the load is maximum of 4 kilonewton per meter. So since the load will be taken in terms of Newton and the dimensions will be in terms of mm, so it will become 4, value will become 4. And so since we have divided this into 10 divisions, you can observe here. So I'll select first division, you can clearly observe here. Now this is the first division, click on apply. So load key value, since we need to apply pressure on beams, I'll select beam, I'll select one section, apply. So load key will be 2, and at this point, at this particular point of a beam, value will be 0. You can refer to the diagram, and it will be varying from this end to this end. When it comes to here, it will be maximum. So this is node I. Okay, this will be node I, and at the other end it will be node J. So I'll treat this as 0 and this value as 0.4. So since I have divided this into 10 divisions, total value 4 will be divided by 10. So that is the reason why I have taken lesser divisions here. So in case if you have taken 100 elements, you have to divide that value of UVL by 100, and 100 times you need to separately apply load like this. You can observe here. Okay, I'll just click on apply. So load will be applied over here. So similarly, now I'll select second division. So now keep on increasing the load value. At I, see at this point now it is 0.4, and when it comes to here it will become 0.8. So you can observe here 0.4 at I, and at J this will be 0.8. Apply. So you can similarly now I'll apply load on element 3. So this key point remains same. You can observe now here it will be 0.8, 1.2, 0.8 plus 0.4. Apply. So element 4. So 1.2. Now 1.2 plus 0.4 will be 1.6. Okay, you can observe. Apply. Again I can select element 5. So 1.6, 2, apply. So you can select element 6. So here it will be 2, 2.4, apply. Select element 7, 2.4, 2.8, apply. So element 8, 2.8 plus 0.4 is 3.2, apply. So element 9, 3.2 plus 0.4 is 3.6, apply, and element 10. So now 3.6, 4. Okay, so now here it will be 0, and see as uniformly varying load, it is varied from 0 to 4. And now we can solve the problem. Go to solution, solve. current load step. So problem is solved. You can go to post processor for viewing that, and we need to define certain codes for generating SFT and BMD. That will be done using element table, define table, add by sequence number. So LS and LS1 is for obtaining bending stress. Plan apply by sequence number SMISC 3, 6, apply 16, apply again by sequence number SMISC 19. Okay, now the combination of 3 and 16 is for obtaining bending moment, and combination of 6 and 19 is for obtaining shear force diagram, and LS and LS1 is for obtaining bending stress. Now you can see all are defined. You can close this. Now go to plot results, deformed shape, deformed plus undeformed. Now this is a value of deflection that is obtained, which is 3.9483, and if you want to see, you can see the animation also for this. You can go to plot controls, animate, deformed shape. So you can observe the animation here. So contour plot, line element results, check for bending stress. Okay, this is the value of bending stress, 48.576. If you are okay with giving more divisions, okay, this will be very smooth. Since I have given only 10 divisions, so we have a step-by-step incremental in that uniformly varying load. Okay, this is a bending stress value. Similarly, combination of 3 and 16. This is bending moment diagram. Okay, and this is a value 132000 is a value for bending moment, and 6 and 19. Okay, this is a shear force diagram. Again, it will be reversed. So it will be reversed. So 1320 is a shear force diagram, shear force value, maximum shear force value 1320 and 2280. 2 points at 2 supports, both the values are different here. So you can cross check this with the analytical solutions, and for analytical solution you can follow the link provided. Thank you.